G'day everyone, thanks for checking out this video. I've got a couple of things on my agenda today. First thing is though, I'm going to be talking about this Scuf Infinity 1 controller that I won from Bluemouth. I'm going to give you a little bit of a review of it. I'm not going to go into too much depth, just going to explain my experiences with it, what's good, what's bad, and what's in between. Also, second agenda is the Gears of War 4 Xbox One game giveaway. I'll be drawing the winner today, so whoever is the winner will find out at the end of this video. If you skip to the end though, there's not really much I can do about that, but I'd like you to watch the video up until the end. We'll let you know who's the winner. Alright, so the Scuf Infinity 1 controller for the Xbox One. I won this, I didn't have to buy it, and I wasn't given it for free to do this video, but I've decided I wanted to do something like this to let you all know. Now, I had no idea about what this controller was like when I did the unboxing. I've never used a Scuf controller before. It's the first one that I've ever really used for more than just a quick go. Now, first thing I'll mention is the triggers. Now these things are what I think are called pro triggers. The action is quite short. You don't have to press it all the way in. Really good for shooters, because that way it's a little bit quicker to just get your aim and you're firing away there without sort of it'll take like maybe microseconds off, but every little bit counts, I guess, when you're dealing in a world with lag and other things. But another thing that's important about these controllers is when you're using something like this with pro controllers, not really good for something that needs analog controls there. So a game like any racer where you've got your brake and accelerate as these controls here, not going to be real good, because it's going to be, some games won't sort of realize that it's a pro trigger and will only think that you're pressing it halfway in. So you won't get full accelerator on a racing game, and you won't get full brake either, so not really that good for racing games. Also, I've been playing a game called Human Fall Flat, where the presses only sort of are recognized by the game as a half press, and these triggers are what put your arms out, and you can only ever put your arms half the way out, and that you basically can't play Human Fall Flat with this controller. Alright, so the next thing, I won't spend too much time on it, but I really like the thumbsticks. They're a concave design, and they're quite simple and old school, I believe. Like they're more like the old 360 controllers, and I like the rubberized finish. I really like the thumbsticks. They're really comfortable, and I don't have any slippage on them, which is really cool. Alright, so next up there are 4 paddles on the back of the controller, and they're probably the biggest thing that comes with a modded controller like this, because when you're playing a shooter, you can keep your right thumb on the right stick, and that way you can map these paddles on the back for these face buttons. You don't have to take your thumb off the thumbstick and move it across to these buttons to activate them. You can use it on the back of the controller. So I like to map things like jumping, crouching, reloading, and changing your weapons to these buttons on the back here, which is essentially what these face buttons will do when you're in game. So it keeps your thumbs on there, and it just allows for a little bit more of a reaction if you need to move or aim while you're doing other things. Now, the biggest thing that blew me away with this Scuf controller was how it actually remaps the button. So how do you make this button what you want it to be? How do I make that A? How do I make that X? How do I make that Y and B and all that sort of stuff? Now, you don't need any software, you don't need an app, you don't need any cables, you don't need anything other than this thing, this little thing here, which looks like a rubberized like key ring, is all you need. It's pretty much just a magnet. Now what you do, just a quick explanation of how it works, is you put it on the back there. That's it. That's how you do it. It's magnetized, it stays on there. With that on there, press the paddle that you want to map and hold it down, and then press the button on the front that you want it to be. I've just pressed X. That now means that that paddle that I just had pressed down will now be X. So take off that off the back, and that's it. It's done. It's mapped. Control's got to be on for you to do that, so obviously it wouldn't have done anything just then. But that's how you do it. And then you want to do the next one. Put this back on. Press the next paddle. press whatever button you want it to be, let go, take it off, done. That's how you remap this Scuf controller, Scuf Infinity 1. I just think that is so convenient, not having to plug it in. I don't need to download anything on my computer, don't need to do any fancy mapping of any kind, and it's done. I think that is an amazing integration into a controller. Now, the last thing I'll mention, as I said, I wasn't going to go too in depth with it, but it's comfortable to hold. The sticks are great. Everything's sturdy. This really should be flimsy. This is your battery cover, which is what holds the paddles on it, but they're not flimsy at all. It locks on pretty securely, and I've never had any moments where it's come off or felt any wobble or anything like that. That's a good quality controller. I believe they're very expensive. I think this thing here is probably around 300 bucks. That's just a guess. Educated guess from what I've known of Scuf controllers. I don't know exactly what this thing retails for because I did win it. But after playing with this, kind of starts to justify the price of a Scuf controller. I've always thought that they were well overpriced, but for what they are, it's a pretty damn good controller. Alright, well, let's move on to what we're really, well, what a lot of yous are really here for, and that is who wins the Gears of War 4 for the Xbox One. Alright, so now what I've done, there's a neat little website that I've gone to, which basically will pick a comment from this, well, not this YouTube video, but from the competition YouTube video, picks all of the commenters and just randomly picks one. So let's cut across to that, which I'm going to pre-record now and see who the winner is. Alright, for this first part, what I'm going to do, I got the URL from the competition video, that one there, with the giveaway in it, and I'm going to paste it into this part here that wants the YouTube URL. I'm going to hit search, tells me that there was 14 or so entries there, and it's going to pick a random winner. Freezes for a little bit, the computer's a little bit old, but the winner is Mega Bad Seed. Whoop whoop! Good on you, Mega! It is alright, so there you go. We have the winner. It was up on the screen there, so it's no surprise anymore. But the winner is none other than Mega Bad Seed. Thank you very much for everybody's entries. Thanks to Mega as well for putting in your entry. It became fruitful for you. But remember, you've got to be in it to win it. And we're going to be doing some more competitions, more giveaways a bit later, possibly in the new year, considering it is now December. But keep your eye out, hit subscribe, press the little bell to check out all of our latest videos, and you might be able to enter in some of our future competitions. Once again, thank you very much to everyone that entered. Thanks for Mega Bad Seed. Congratulations. This thing is going to be yours. So send us your address privately. Don't put it in as a comment. We don't want everybody knowing what your address is, and we'll shoot this one off to you ASAP. Nice little Chrissy present for you. Once again, last thing before we go, thank you very much to everybody for watching. Like and subscribe the video. I would love you for it. And until my next video, I am Lucas, and I will see ya!